This was going to be a really quick one. Am I done already?
We're not even 15 minutes in, man. Don't you have a rant or something, or some kind of pet peeve, or
I just did
something
that.
that,
That's the clarinet thing. I mean,
oh, okay.
parents getting tied in and saying, "I need this wonderful clarinet for my kid, and my kid doesn't even have a car, but wants 15 grand for a clarinet." Come on, And anyway,
Well,
no. So
yeah,
that
I
was kind
mean,
of it.
I think, the website there is a good resource that you pointed out, right? So going on there and looking around, and, maybe you have an idea of something that you might want to do, but then you go around in there and you poke around and you find some other stuff that maybe you never thought of before that
Right.
pays well or similar, or maybe has a lower barrier of entry or something like that, where you can maybe get started sooner than you thought, or whatever, and go from there. But that is a great tool. There's a lot of resources in there to learn from, and the study and to look at and do your research. But and that's what I told my son. I was like, if you don't want to go to college, that's totally fine. As long as you find something that you want to do, whether, and there's always going to be a lot of need in, like, the trades, for example,
Hmm.
carpenters, plumbing, electricians, truck drivers, whatever. Not everybody has to be a doctor or an attorney or whatever. And that's the thing, find something that you enjoy and that you love to do, but that's also gonna be in demand and pay the bills. I think that's a lot of the struggle with a lot of the college stuff is people kind of go to college and they get these degrees and stuff that they want to get a degree in, which is totally fine. But then when it comes out into the real world, there's not really any of those jobs available. And so that's why you see a lot of people that have college degrees working in totally other fields than they thought, or that they might not even need a college degree for, because the major that they chose, while it was a passion of theirs, there's not really many opportunities in that field. And if there are, maybe they don't really pay the bills, or things like that. So, um, if you can find something that you're passionate about that is in demand, obviously that's a great thing. And not to not chase your dreams or pursue your passions. Obviously, that's totally fine. But I think having realistic expectations too as to what you're going to find when you graduate with said degree, um, is important too. So I like that site because maybe, like I said, you have a thought of what you want to do, but then you just start doing some research in it and you're like, oh, well, that's maybe there's a specialty in that field, and that specialty is more in demand and it pays better, right? So, or there's
Or
something
there's a
related to it.
possibility of, yeah, or combining two specialties to create something that's a hybrid that's completely new. Which
Right.
I don't know. I mean, you add AI to anything, and somehow that's the new hybrid. But somehow that worked. Now, don't add AI to clarinet playing. That's not going to work. You're going to get yourself out of job that way. But there's different ways to go.